We are live. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
We have Ona in the house.
Hi, Ona.
That means I have to start a fire all of a sudden.
Johnny, I hope you wrote your funny question down while I stepped away.
I'll remember it.
Hey, Miss Peggy. Oh, Beth Cat's here. So I was sick all last week. Sorry to everybody. I had to reschedule your personal readings last week. I had this sinus crap so bad. I actually went and took a COVID test Friday, which was negative, thank God. Beth told me I sounded like Edith Ann because I was all stuffed up, and I actually feel really good today. Today is the first day I have not slept the entire day away.
I have to. Okay, I'm writing it down now because I was like, wait, 2 hours from now, with all this stuff going through your head, you're not going to remember that.
Question. We're going to have that one. That's sure.
We got the birthday bash live stream Tuesday night, April 13th, starting at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Readers coming and going. I don't know who all's coming. It's just we're gonna read on stuff. Oh, Allie P's in the house. We're gonna read on stuff. All things 60s, meaning like 1960s to now. Aries, all kinds of stuff.
I will be there to smile and nod.
You weren't even born yet.
No.
You weren't even a thought in your mom's eye, a glimmer in her eye yet.
How old was 1960? She was 10 years old.
It's 61.
11. Well, no, 10. They were in 1950. They were born.
Pardon me, I'm developing a little bit of a cough, which I have not had all week, but because of the sinus drainage, now it's like hitting my throat and making me cough a little bit. Allie, thank you for my defense tea. She sent me this wonderful tea with all kinds of stuff to help my immune system.
Oh, good.
Called Defense.
I had one. It had the list of ingredients looked like, the Gettysburg Address. It was like, oh my God, what is all in here? You got root, this root, that root, that root, that root, this seed, that seed, that seed, this root. This root, it's like, oh my God, what am I drinking?
She sent me this whole little gift set of teas, and they're all for different things and all different roots and stuff and flowers.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
It smells good. Sort of.
Well, let's see where to start. Let's start with Greenberg. Will he get his plea deal?
Has to plead guilty or innocent by May 15th.
Yeah, he has to enter a plea, but he's working on a plea deal, trying to flip.
Gaetz is somewhere like, where's that prison number? Bar, where are you? How did you pull this off?
We're going to kind of be all over the place tonight, I think. Thank you, Scoo Man.
So I get the World and the Devil, the first two cards. I think the Devil's going to be quite busy tonight. So there's the World and the Devil. There's a completion on some horrible actions. The Eight of Swords and the Emperor. He is going to be jailed. He is going to jail. So I don't know whatever kind of plea he wants or going to get, is still going to get you some jail time. I think he's going to cooperate. However, there is a lie that is going to cause something here with the Eight of Cups, that his plea or his his immunity or his whatever may be withdrawn, or they may need a new horizon after it has come out that you told us, say, fabrication. So I think that this is going to spell bad for him. He's not getting off the hook with this one. So whatever kind of plea he's going to get from them, or whatever kind of deal, he's going to betray it anyway.
Yeah, what are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting, I asked if he would enter into a plea deal. I get a yes. There's something here that causes some sort of a reduction, so perhaps he's hoping to have the sentence lessened, but he's very worried. And then there's satisfaction, and then here's the news. So yeah, I would say he wouldn't enter into a plea deal.
Yeah, I get right now he's out in the cold. He's like not close to it. You know, there he sits in prison, right? His challenge is to get a circle of support around him. He's got no support. There is something surprising with a woman coming up that is affecting the agreement. I get there is a new action. I get 2 yes cards. I get there is a new action, but because he's a sneaky, lying, bully, there's going to be some arguments about how much time he's going to serve, waiting on time. It's not going to be an easy transition. Like he's hanging on and anxious, as you said, Becca, but I don't think he's going to get the reduction he was looking for.
Especially not of what you guys are saying, because you guys are getting that he's going to lie about something.
He might be in a perjury trap. They may already know what they need to know and just need him to say one way or the other.
Thank you, Desiree. Well, let's ask him. Do they already know everything they need to know? Do they not need a plea deal from him?
I heard already, but let me see what it says.
Hey, Lori. Lori's in the house.
That they know his business. They don't know all of Gaetz' business. So let's see. They need more information on the people around. Oh, him too. So first card I get is the Tower. That's my no. They don't know everything just yet. They're hoping for some revelations to come out here with the Wheel of Fortune. So they'll give it a little time. The Hermit and the Page of Swords, there's still some investigations. This is a ring of people. So since they got one on the hook, thank you, Suzanne. Since they got one on the hook, they need to know where the other ones are. So that's kind of what they need to drag out of him. 9 of Swords, he is worried, however, about revenge or revenge aspect to this with the Judgment card here, like somebody coming back that he thought he not got rid of, but doesn't owe anything. But the words you say can do damage to other people. Here at the Moon and the Chariot, there is a private something, I'm not drawing any strings to Epstein, so we don't need 1,000 questions on that. But there's a private little get together, a lodge meeting, a group. Thank you, Dolores. A group of men, a group of people, a group of somebody with the Moon card. They all meet in secrecy type thing. Maybe they even got a secret handshake. Who knows? But it's a group of people. It's a ring. The Temperance card. It's a bunch of them. It's like at least 7 of them, and they want to know who the rest of these people are. They need revelations, and they need it from him.
Yeah, I get there's sneakiness going on, and there are lies. I get that Tower too. Like things are breaking down, and they're burdened, so they don't have everything. They're working hard, but they're burdened. I get they are offering something up. Thank you, Knowledge. But the challenge is, will he betray the people they want him to betray? They do climb to higher ground, so they get the information that they want, because I have completion here, ready to go after anybody else in this ring, and they'll get that off the ground also. But there's a lot of arguing here. And then I get a lot of the same cards we just got on the plea deal. Like there's a transition and a kind of hanging on and some anxiety, but I get they secure something in communication that they need. So whether it's verbal or written or a phone message, text or something, they secure something that they need. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting that they're waiting on to see who else was involved in the affairs, the results of everybody that was involved in affairs. So maybe not just him and Gaetz, but others, you know. So
here's my question on Gaetz, because I was watching your Grand Tableau revisits last week. If y'all didn't see Becca's lives last week, you should definitely go watch them.
that thing is funny. I am sorry. That thing is it's a mess.
But so much of what was in those has been coming to light.
So because it kind of looks like Gaetz might get lucky somehow or get off somehow, you know, when you listen to the lawyers talk, like Glenn Kirshner and all those guys, they say, you know, when you're flipping somebody, you don't trade down, you trade up. You're going after a bigger fish. So is Matt Gaetz going to flip on some bigger fish? Is that maybe one of the reasons why we don't see him getting convicted on the trafficking anyway, purely for entertainment purposes?
I did some readings last night. I'll have to send all the pictures. He might lose his job, just not go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Or be able to leave on his own terms. You know, I'm going to go be with my family and go on a healing retreat to the Palico Mountains or something.
He had Ginger Lucky with him on Friday.
I'm going to stop laughing at that woman's name one of these days.
So is Gaetz going to flip? Thank you, Letitia. Oh, I think I missed somebody. Thank you, Suzanne. And Valerie.
I get temperance again. There's a network of you people. There are people. And yeah, the fourth ones, here's their little lodge meeting. He is going to name a name, and maybe at least 5 people. Or at the very least, I think maybe I keep getting 7, so maybe he gets 2 people. And then there's like 5 left or something of that nature. But yeah. Oh, I got 2 strength cards too. There's one of them or both of them may be high profile, or at the very, not high profile as in we hear their name all the time, but they are people in industry. So it would make a difference in the headlines, like, oh, the leader of, just for example, Coca-Cola or whatever, something like that. It's somebody that would make a difference in the headlines. But
my pillow guy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Oh.
He's going to lie when they talk to Gaetz. He's going to lie. He's like protecting himself. The challenge is to get him to talk, like truthfully, because he's going to try to block them. But they've got some inspiration, the investigators. They've got some inspiration and a way of offering him a plea deal. It makes him really nervous because, you know, accepting a plea is an admission of guilt. But they've got all the truth. It's going to move very, very slowly, very slowly. They're going to burden the crap out of him, and he's going to realize he's out in the cold. I don't know that he's going to accept the plea deal. Because I get him going to the courts and his fortune changing and regretting, and maybe having to serve time. I'm not sure he's going to accept the plea deal. What are you getting, Becca?
If he would rat somebody else out, well, there's a definite yes. I pulled one. That's a yes. It's someone from within the network. in his close entourage. This would be like a large group of people, a campaign. There's danger here, and then there's the entourage. I don't know.
Wow. So,
and he also looks like he gets separated from the house here too, somehow, with these two. So
I think all three of us have gotten he's going to get kicked out of the House. So the House Ethics Committee did start an investigation on Gaetz. So let's just ask, how's the investigation on him in the House going to go? We'll just stick to Gaetz for a little bit since he's been in the news so much. By the way, for anyone that didn't see, Psychic Violetta's husband passed away the other day. Y'all please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Linda G mentioned her in her video today. She was had talked to her. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. So the House investigation, House and Ethics Committee. Boy, my cards do not want to spread tonight. They're like thick and heavy.
I had a deck like that. I put it down though. Like they wouldn't come apart.
These are the cards I use all the time. They should.
They got sticky. They got Gaetz funk on them, you guys.
They're Gaetz gunked up.
It'll be ongoing for a couple months. I don't see any. Well, yeah, I do. Because here with the Ten of Wands and the Hermit, there's your investigation with the Hermit card. And there is someone blocking as well with Five of Pentacles, like they're trying to keep the information under wraps. There's your information there too, that's being passed out to people. But there's some other people, his co-workers, that are also standing in the way, maybe a Jim Jordan or somebody, because they too might have some dirt that they're trying to hide.
Too many pairs of gym shorts in the locker.
There's some dirt that they're trying to sit on too. So this may be a bit convoluted once they start, because there are some people who are unwilling to cooperate, but they're still going to do the investigation anyway.
Like protect their own interests. Like if he gets outed, we're going to get outed too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you getting, Becca?
We got garden, house. There's the investigation with Fox. There's cross, and then scythe. So there's some sort of community or a committee in the House that investigates. Ultimately, the result is a painful separation. I don't know when. I don't know, because here it shows a committee investigates, and then if this is employment and work, it gets cut off. And then with these two, the House suffers or the House sacrifices this way on the line.
They cut him off. Thank you, Pat. I get, here's the new start on the investigation. They're trying to manifest all the details, and the challenge is there's corruption all over this. The tower has already fallen here in the past. This is going to take some time to do the investigation, but I'm getting there's actually some cooperation from both sides of the aisles. There's some inspiration about this, so I don't know, maybe some of the people that he showed those dirty pictures to on the House floor are going to come forward. There's going to be a lot of anxiety around it, but I get the truth comes out. It's just going to be slow and steady. And I get, a painful separation also. Thank you, Carmela. Burdening and out in the cold. They put the moneyed man out in the cold. I think there's, Johnny, you were getting 7. I think there's about 8 people they're looking at, and they're also looking at campaign finance. Here's Nancy. They're looking at campaign finance or finances of some kind, and they're looking at quid pro quos and bribes and stuff. So, did he pay for a pardon, that kind of stuff?
Did he pay for somebody's kid? There is a billboard they put up in Florida, and it says Matt Gaetz wants to date your child. They put it up in Florida.
Oh, that's so gross, but so true, dude.
It's some group called maddogpack.com. So they're after him down in there.
Thank you, Renee. So let's ask again. I think we asked this last week, but let's ask again because more stuff keeps coming out. What's he going to get indicted for?
Wait, let me say this. So here's the thing. Nobody has to donate, first of all. Nobody has to donate to be noticed, second of all. She said her husband died. Yes, it was not her husband. It was her mother. As long as you know that, then okay. But these little quips about, I guess they don't notice unless you donate, we don't need that.
Yeah, sorry if I mistakenly said husband instead of mother. It's her mother that passed away.
There you go. You happy now? Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry. Go back to our regularly scheduled program.
When you're reading, you're not quite in your settled, normal state of mind. So having a regular conversation is not easy sometimes, especially when you've been sick. So the Republican donors, that a bunch of them.
We didn't answer the first question. I think the question was, what is Matt Gaetz going to get indicted for?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, let's look at that. What's he going to get indicted for?
Sorry, that was me.
I feel like I need to do several piles. So many things. Oh, victory on that. He's going to get indicted.
I get money and money being traded for, how do you say it nicely? There is the Knight of Cups. That's the card of romance. There's money being seeded. I think this is more money into more of an organization. Like, and this organization may be doing favors. Let me take it out of that realm for a second. There is money into an organization that may be doing favors. So there's some quid pro quo here, but it's also a misuse of campaign finance, because this is money seeded into him. I mean, I still get there's something of the devilish nature here too, with him and his extracurricular activities. But it starts with money. So I'm going to say campaign finance, and I'll leave it at that.
What are you getting, Becca?
Something that was lost. Like a serious ending that they tried to resurrect something, give someone the advantage, and then that suffered, and he knew about it. A successful change that he knew about, and a serious, very painful loss. But I'm looking at the pip here in the middle. It could be a woman with the Queen of Hearts on the forks, but it's something that they knew they were going to lose, and they try to resurrect it. Some way, shape, or form. So
I start out with something that's already going on in the courts, and I think that has to do with the insurrection. And bribes and money that was paid out. And also because deaths were involved. Work that he did on a campaign with like-minded people that he had agreements with. So something on a campaign that he did something with. And then I get that same thing, the investigation into the loser Trump, that the lost election and starting the insurrection. And I get that woman too, Becca, Queen of Cups is like Queen of Hearts. So I feel like, whether that's Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Green, one of those, probably Marjorie, and also a man that helped lead the whole insurrection. So whether that's like a Roger Stone's behind the scene or whoever organized the whole thing.
We were talking backstage about not only is it the affairs and defrauding his campaign, but they were saying also that they're going to start investigating him because it looks like he set up a fake candidate in Florida. So, and that would be campaign like Johnie and you were getting,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and it was a woman he set up on that too.
He set up a woman, and when the feds got on her, she bailed to Sweden.
What was she running for?
I think it was like state senator, not senator in the federal level, like state, like local state senator or something like that. But she was fake.
Proceeds.
Yeah. So Republican donors went down to Florida for this rally thing, this meeting with the women's group down there, and well, they had a Republican meeting to try to strategize besides the women's group. Sorry, because they had a meeting at Mar-a-Lago, and a bunch of the Republican donors want to limit Trump's power and influence over the GOP because he is a loser and he causes them to lose elections. And so many people don't like him now. So suddenly the donors are pressuring them to try to limit Trump's involvement with the GOP. Will they be successful in limiting Trump? A little too late, guys.
I mean, according to Lindsey Graham, he owns your party. But that would be the thing you need to do. You don't need him. He needs you.
Now they want to limit him.
Especially since, come on, he's not actually running for nothing. So he should have been running for the border, is what he should have been doing.
He should have gone to Sweden with the lady Greenberg sent over. The straw candidate.
So, yes, they are trying to limit him. Whether it'll work is a completely different thing. The Two of Pentacles is how it starts. There is a struggle to juggle in the midst of chaos, and they are still party-wise in the midst of Trumpian chaos. He created the cult, and now that's your fan base. That is crossed with the Five of Swords. They are trying to even exert some seniorities, like when the Bushes and all those people got involved. It's like, we need to go and do something. And now, what's that other child with the white hair? The ghost.
Mike Pence.
Pence. He's the one who he went out and he started all these little different cliques and organizations to go do something. They all behind the scenes are easing him towards the door. They know they still got at least 2 years before they have to start running for president again. I hate that our election cycle is so long, but they got 2 years to ease him towards the door to where he can go sit his behind down somewhere. Yes, they are trying to break up and break that relationship because they're trying to restore their party. And I think it's going to work. They'll diminish him to where he'll be a figurehead. So they will say you are better utilized campaigning, because you can go out and you can yap. Now, mind you, when he goes and talks, he talks about himself. So good luck with that one. But maybe instead of putting him in front of a crowd, maybe put him on Zoom and tell him it's going out to everybody, but nobody actually sees it. That's right.
Good luck with that.
Just give him a wall. That's pretty much it.
What are you getting, Becca?
That's funny that Johnie was saying that, because it's like every time Trump has campaigned for somebody, it's like the kiss of death. They are guaranteed to lose. I get a yes, but it's going to result in a lot of fighting. It's going to be a fight, but yes, they're very passionate about going in a new direction, and there's fighting. So,
Yep, I get that fighting on the bottom. It's a big fight because it's strategy, but Trump's a bully too, and the challenge is to get him out in the cold because he wants to sit on the throne. They've already made up their mind. He's done. He's a one and done. We need someone that we can support. That's a more Bidenish, so to speak, someone we can get behind support. So trying to get Trump to retire, you're talking to pure, unadulterated ego. Ego. You will be revisiting this over and over and over in all your little secret meetings, and the hangman, delays and time and temperance time. It's going to take you a long time to get it. But I get celebrations. They get the support around someone else and strength with that, and somebody else can get the job. But it's gonna take a while.
Because see, what you should do. Thank you, Marie. What you should do. Well, no, you know what? This dog had fleas before you let him in your house, and so once he came in the house, he's all yours, including the fleas he brought with him. His cult. He brought that in with him. He was nurturing these bloodsuckers. So now that's you. That's your whole fan base. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Thank you, Larry.
So last week, on the recurring payments for Trump's donations scandal prior to the election, it was like 64 million in reimbursements. It's up to 124 million. And now, Trump's saying, oh, well, if you ask for a reimbursement, you've gone to the left, you're no longer a supporter and all this. He's like trying to mess with their minds, which might actually work to get them to not want their money back. But interestingly, he used that some of that money that he raised to, he only owes 124 million. So just imagine how much money he raised, how many millions he raised. He used some money to pay off some of his debts, $3 million in debts. So then he did the Stop the Steal campaign, right? And donate for our lawyers to stop the steal. And that money was used to pay back these reimbursements that he now owes. So did he pay off his debts to Deutsche Bank? He had like 4 million anyway. He owed Deutsche Bank. 400 million, I think it was. Sorry, I'm saying 3 and 4. It's like 300 and 400.
My thing is, did he really drain his supporters for hundreds of millions of dollars? Like that? Y'all couldn't have went and built no shelter for people or animals or something. You couldn't have cleaned up some graffiti and some trash with that money. I mean, good Jesus. And like you said, he's paid back at least 64 or 124 or whatever. That's what he paid back. They still got oh my God.
He probably raised, well over $1 billion for the campaign.
For him not even to be running for president.
Well, this was prior to the election, so it was for 2020, supposedly.
Yeah, dog.
Although I never saw TV commercials really that much.
Well, my card for banks is the King of Pentacles or the 10 of Pentacles, and I get a no. I get 5 of Cups. Like, well, if he paid them anything, it was not in full. because the Five of Cups does say that not all is lost, but I'm still going to go with the no. There's the Five of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It ends in the Ace of Cups. There's a person who got some money, but it was not Deutsche Bank. Unless they go, oh, I got the Ten of Pentacles too. Yeah, they didn't get no money. Seven of Swords, he stiffed them, at least for right now. Four of Pentacles, he held on to the money. Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. He may even had a conversation about, I'll get you down the line when my food stamps come in or something. I don't know, but High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Cups, it's a new person. And it's probably not somebody that we know right offhand. It could be one of these interesting people in New York that he went to go see. But no, I get a no.
I get a no too. I get he's still burdened, by the banks. That Russia's behind this, whatever he was like being all erratic for and charging in. So I think he owes somebody in Russia some money because that's his circle of support. So whether it's Putin, Russia, or the oligarchs, they're bullying him. And he's like, trying to hang on to his properties and stuff, and he's fighting over that. He's got court cases and lawyers, and it's just treachery after treachery and lie after lie. So I get a no too. What are you getting, Becca?
I get a no. I got the mice, the cross, and the ship. No, there's something that's a loss here. There's burdens, but there's something afar or foreign. He didn't pay. Maybe he was advised not to. Maybe he would have gotten in trouble for using that money to see what I'm saying. Not that he cares, but Johnny said he stiffed him.
So
thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Angela. This next one is the epitome to me of just how low the Republicans go. So Wisconsin has a Democratic governor. They have a Republican Senate House legislature who keeps trying to limit the governor over and over again. And he had declared a state of emergency for COVID. And therefore, he qualified for getting money from the federal government for the food stamp program. And they have over 770,000 people in need of food stamps in Wisconsin. So almost 1 million people in the state that need food stamps. And the Republicans vetoed his state of, or took it to the courts, to the state Supreme Court, his state of emergency. And the court ruled in favor of the Republicans and said, yeah, you can't declare a state of emergency for COVID. So boom, there goes all the money for the food stamps. And now the Republicans are scrambling like, oh crap, how can we get around declaring a state of emergency and get our money for the food stamps? Because we need that money because they don't have that much money. So is Wisconsin going to get their money for food stamps? I mean, just all to put the Democratic governor in his place and screw almost 1 million people out of food stamps that desperately need them. They don't care about people.
That sentence is doing a loop in my head. They don't really care.
Party over country, party over people.
I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. It's how can you? So
they're what do you call it? The food banks and stuff. Thank you, Umat.
You matter.
You matter. The food banks are trying to stock up, knowing they're going to have a higher demand when there's no food stamps for people. But the food banks can't keep up with that many people needing food.
That's sick, actually. That's like sick to be that kind of person.
And to take it right to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court sided with them, the state Supreme Court, not the federal.
Like they don't even think. They really don't. It's just reactionary. No for the sake of no.
Yeah. I get, yes, they will get it. It'll take some time here with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune it's going to take a cycle of some sort. So 90 days, 30 days, whatever their cycle would be for financial matters. The Knight of Pentacles is coming in after some sort of judgment, but it comes in slowly. But yeah, new action, Two of Cups. There will be an agreement for some money coming in, but it should have been there. Jesus, I can't. I don't understand.
I get a yes, but there's an imbalance to it. Like they don't get as much as they were going to get because they were going to get plenty of money. I get a yes here. Their challenge is to hang on to it because they've had so many job losses there. A lot of the farmers also have been impacted. So they're trying to work out the details, but there's an imbalance to the agreement. So there are some people that are not going to get the food stamps that they need. Thank you, Lily. There's, of course, corruption involved in this. They're going to have to keep revisiting it, but they're going to block some people. You'll pray for Wisconsin.
I don't understand how you can be that kind of person.
I get man, anchor, and woman. Yes. There may be a man that's persistent here about trying to do something. And then I got bear, storks, and birds. Bear is finance, but it's also food. So the financing for food improves. It's going to have to be negotiated. So
I had the Republican card on the bottom, of course. It's like they were talking to the health department about maybe the health department could declare a state of emergency. Well, you had the governor do it and you took him to court.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
All right. I had Becca do this at the end of her live stream Friday night, but or I think it was Friday night, might have been Thursday night. The NRA, she did a box square for me and it was spot on. The NRA.
I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to sit this one out then since I read on it. That's okay.
Yeah, Wayne LaPierre has milked millions for houses, yachts, $39,000 for suits in one day. You name it.
In one day.
$39,000
on a suit in one day.
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah. The NRA that's supposed to be a nonprofit, and they the same day that the NRA said, "Oh, we had our best year ever," they filed bankruptcy to try to get out of the New York lawsuit because it's a delay tactic. So, are they going to let them file bankruptcy? Because they can say no. We'll start there. You might have to sit out a couple, Becca, because you did a box square and you got a lot of detail in that.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit it out.
And for those who are just joining, because I got this comment on the last live stream we did, Becca is sitting out because she did this reading already. Because the last time I got a comment, why is she just sitting there? Where were you? I mean, we said it only 15 times. I mean, my goodness.
Sorry.
There's always those people that comment that don't listen to the videos. She's sitting because she read on it. Go watch her video on her.
All she's doing is shaking her head. Well, she did this already.
It was awesome. Thank you, Cold Toes. And in fact, I'll tell you, you don't even have to look for a timestamp. It's in the last 20 minutes and it's awesome. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. There is two attorneys here. Okay, put that there. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords. Your fortune has run out. You're going to have to, because mind you, when rich people say bankruptcy, that's reassessing of finance. It doesn't mean they don't have any money. But there is also a burden that you have to prove, I do believe, that you can't get out from under or something of that nature. One of these rappers tried to do it is the only reason I know that much. And
they took to court all the pictures he had of him having money in his hand like this and saying you can't possibly be bankrupt if you're taking pictures with $100 bills. But no, something else initiates, but I get a burden upon his bankruptcy or upon the NRA's bankruptcy. So they try something else.
I have a really dumb question, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they trying to file for bankruptcy in New York, or are they trying to file it somewhere else?
It must be in Texas because they left New York. They're fleeing from Letitia James in New York.
Yeah, I believe it was in Texas they filed because I think it's a Texas judge that has to rule on it. So, yeah, they're doing work and trying to flee all of this, and this is going to stab them in the back because it's going to bring up more questions to ask. They should have just laid low silently because this is going to bring out corruption to the investigators and more things for them to move on in the courts. So they are going to be battling in the courts on the bankruptcy fraud, which is the thing. If you file bankruptcy and you aren't really bankrupt, you can get fined stiffly. And that's what Becca was getting in the Grand Tableau, that Wayne LaPierre was going to get fined. So are they going to lose their
nonprofit status?
Nonprofit status.
Mm-mm.
I do believe so. Something is complete, something they've had for some time. How old is the NRA? 60 years?
I bet it's older than that.
And then judgment. I believe they do.
You're going to be surprised by it too.
You know what's crazy though? I think with the EIN numbers, if you change the name of your business, you can get a new one. And I don't know if that's fraud or not, but there's somebody I know that has done that. They flipped one word in their business and suddenly they got a new EIN number.
Thank you, Roberta. This is a strategy going on here. So the investigators charging in with the courts. There will be a new action that brings changes. And this sends a message to other nonprofits as well. When you're making steady money from your people and you're living high on the hogs, the courts don't like it. You think you're getting away with all this stealing? Yeah, no. Anxiety on this, temperance on this, and you're going to get whittled down to size because you're going to be paying taxes in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You're a corporation.
1871, that's when it was founded. Good Lord.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was founded in 1871.
Me either. That's madness.
So the Atlanta mayor is trying to fight the voter suppression laws in Georgia. Will she be successful? She's trying to do, what do you call it, Johnie, like an executive order kind of thing?
Yeah, she was trying to basically override what Doofus was doing, and that might set a precedent. And so, of course, naturally, he's fighting her, and then somebody's going to try to sue her, and so forth and so forth. But yeah.
Just to clarify, I should have said this for our viewers overseas. The NRA here in America is the National Rifle Association, and they have owned the Republican Party for years, pro-gun. So, okay, so mayor of Atlanta, is she going to be effective in stopping this voter suppression law, at least in Atlanta? Thank you, Marie.
I mean, I think we're close to seeing this overturned anyway, not to subtract from her efforts. But yeah, there's a victory is how it starts off with the Six of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, something she wrote, some sort of paper. Maybe she ripped the heart out of Kemp. I don't know, but this is the deck that keeps on giving, Lord Jesus. But now the only disappointment that I see here is with Kemp. So this card makes me laugh every time. So there's the Fool there.
That's the most slovenly fool I have ever seen. He's like bloated.
To be completely messy. I love this because this, when we were reading on that Fool, this was always Donald Trump. So it's like, but there's some disappointment for him. People got together and did what they needed to do, and there will be a completion. She will have her victory. She will get what she wants.
I think it's going to give birth to other things also. So other mayors doing the same thing. I get, here she is. She's kind of surprised everybody with this. I thought it was brilliant. But, she's battling the devil. So it probably will end up in court, but she's also got corporations aligned with her as support. So I think, I see this like getting argued and weighing the odds in court and everything, like all these legal cards. But I think ultimately she will be successful in court, with her plan. She will be successful. So go Mayor Maria, I think, or Marie. I forgot her. Oh, sorry, Becca. What'd you get?
I get yes. There's something new or small that she's very passionate about, but it has to do around something that was either held in conversation or said in passing that gives her the win here. So with the clover, she gets the win, but it's like, this may be something someone said, like perhaps some sort of not realizing that they were admitting that, oh, we're just doing this to suppress voters because whatever, something like that. It's something that was said in passing that gives her the win that she's able to use.
Thank you, Sunflower. So Mike Lindell, is he thinking about running for office? I mean, sit down and shut up, Mike Lindell. That should be his middle name. Mike, sit down and shut up, Lindell.
They need to run a COVID test and a blood pressure check or something, because he's.
Thank you, Crazy Cat Lady. Mike, put my pillow over your face, Lindell. Is he thinking about running for public office?
Oh, everybody wants to be in charge, but nobody knows how to do it. You can be Andrew Giuliani's running mate. That's what you can do.
Can be his jailmate. Cellmate.
Connie, email that to me, pretty please, and thank you. If I can find it in YouTube, we could do it. Because YouTube, they have a list of people that you can do fundraisers for, and if it's in there, absolutely we can do that. Or we can probably just find a way to do it. But email that to me because I ain't gonna remember.
What you getting, Becca?
Um, yeah, no. So, mind you, go get somewhere and sit down is appropriate because I think you do irreparable. I think you do irreparable.
Sit down, shut up.
To yourself and your business. You have no support. You will be fighting for that. You're not Donald Trump. You are the person who just wants to be in his presence. That doesn't mean just because he said hi to you that, oh, we're buddies now and everybody that likes you likes me. That's not how it works. This is a delusion. I pulled the oracle for you too, Eye of the Storm. You're caught in the middle of a haze. This is a delusion. Like, get somewhere in town, child. I mean, he wants to be seen. I get it, but just no, he's not going to be president.
I get he wants to. He's not going to, but I get he wants to. That he wants to run. He's so erratic, and he thinks, "Oh, I'm this great, wealthy businessman, and everybody loves my product, and so they'll love me." And the challenge is he lies. He's a liar. So you need to sit down and shut up. But I get a yes. He'd like to see that wall built by the government. I think he's going to run against some female that has a seat. But I think he's also going to get some legal action taken against him, and that'll change his mind. That'll bring a change. But he wants to.
Okay.
I get no. What he's saying is lies. He talks lies, and there's his lies just keep growing. Now, with that said, this is anything that has an organizational chart, top to bottom. I would be careful with what he's saying because that's going to has the potential to cause him some serious problems with people at the top. Maybe people at the top at his own company, like the board of directors, because it's going to cause problems on the org chart for him. So you're going to be out of a political career and out of a job if you don't just zip it.
But Peggy says he must have looked at Medusa, and that is what's happened. He's going to lose everything just like everybody else did. And mind you, Trump is out of office now. So there's no pardons, there is no backstage deals and all these different kind of things. He's trying to save his own behind right now.
You don't have to look at Medusa. He's not on TV every night. You don't even have to look.
He just got sued for $1.3 billion by the voting machine people. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you just got sued for $1.3 billion. How much did you donate to Trump? Oh my God.
You should be calling him, hey, I need that back because oh, get you one of them Groupon lawyers and see if they can help you. You might get a slip and fall at a dollar store somewhere, and you might get you a good $10,000 check instead of help you. I don't know.
1-800 need a lawyer. Right. Biden is now looking at possibly extending the Supreme Court. And after watching how these Republicans are behaving in Congress, yelling, oh, you were going to be bipartisan and work with us, but yet they don't work with him. So why should they work with you? Is he going to expand the Supreme Court?
Thank you, Caroline. She says, happy birthday, Jen.
Thank you, Caroline. Y'all treating me early. Thank you, Marie. You wired it to Russia.
And commercial break. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, and your own times for your own locations. We will be back here celebrating Jen's 60th birthday. So you make sure you have your hips down here so you can tell Jen happy birthday. Okay.
Can I have guest readers in?
Yes. expansion. Because can't he add as many as he wants?
He can. Thank you, Ian. Really, thank you, Ian, for my 21st birthday.
There is a huge change occurring with the death cards. It's interesting. Anubis is here. He guards the death, but he also or guards the underworld. But there's a huge transformation coming. Temperance and the Three of Pentacles, maybe 3 people. There's a Lover's card too, and the traditional depiction of the Lover's card was also 3 people. But since it is the card that rules Gemini, Arthur Waite took the person out and made it an angel. But here, there's still 3 people depicted. So I'll believe that when I see it, mind you. That's one of them things. But the 8 of Pentacles is here, the Knight of Swords, like all the stuff that says yes, job will change, or surroundings will change, or circumstances will change. Supreme Court for me is the Chariot card. So yeah, it looks like he might add 3 people. But show
interesting, because I have the 3 of Cups on the bottom. Yeah, looking
head go.
like working out all the details, waiting till just the right time, looking at the Supreme Court here, and there's going to be fighting words. I'm getting a big fat yes for the court. And again, 3 people. I feel like 2 of them will be women, and he'll be very satisfied with that. So I feel like one's a woman of color. I feel like feeling that energy. It's a little bit of bullying and everything. It's going to be hard work to get it through, to get them confirmed. But court's changing, and it's going to be a lot more women on it.
I get that he wants it to grow. He's thinking here with the birds, or negotiating a man, and then about growth. So, yeah.
Thank you, Estelle and Jewel.
Show me. Don't just, I want to see it.
I want to see it too, Johnny, but I'm kind of like, please do it before McConnell retires so I can have the pleasure of watching the explode.
And then leak out the side of his ears.
Well, let's ask, how will McConnell respond if Biden extends the Supreme Court?
How will McConnell respond to Biden expanding the Supreme Court?
Thank you, Rhonda and Uma.
Would he? Okay. Let me use the oracles too. There's a card in here that just needs to come out, I suppose.
I love your pronunciation on things. The pentacles and oracles. I forget what it is you say all the time in your live streams, and it cracks me up every time you say it.
I got no darn sense. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. I'm not even going to pull no more the tarots. So mermaid. Embrace. I can't read. Embrace change, transformation, and adaptability. That's what he needs to do. That's what. But moonlight. Pause for a moment. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. So it's kind of like the moon card, to where there's some mystery there. But here it says the 10 of Swords. I think his head would literally blow off his neck. Ow.
Lord, please let there be cameras there so we can record it.
It'll be cut from his body.
It's just like He's doing what? Boom. It's like a cartoon character almost. I would love to see that.
3, Mitch. 3 are coming for you.
Huh? Good. Oh, and then I got the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice too. So yeah.
Yeah, Mitch the manipulator. Like, thank you, Maitri. He's like, okay, corporations, give us money, and we got Citizens United through the Supreme Court. Okay, now you need to shut up about the voter suppression thing. Okay, just sit down. You shouldn't be involved in politics. Mixed.
But give me your money.
Emotions are intense. Be cautious of how you treat other people.
I get he's going to have a heart attack and a stroke at the same time. There's his heart that's been quite stable, and then boom! Like,
Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you.
Tickets to the park for what you.
Joe Biden's messing up all my work down there. Lord have mercy. Well, you go right ahead. Go join Elizabeth.
We're going to hell.
He's clutching his heart. He's clutching his heart. He's like having a condition. Like, how can I manipulate this? How can I change this? My head is going to be cut from my body. I am so emotional. It's going to explode. 3 on the court. 3 on the court, bitch.
I need some smelling salts. Pop goes the weasel because the weasel go pop.
So one of our viewers wants to know. Mitch is gone, because we know he's going to retire probably this year. When Mitch is gone, will the Republicans start working in a more bipartisan way? Will they start working across the aisle? Will some miracle of miracles come down like it was all Mitch and Johnie needed smelling salts?
Palo Santo, take me away. Will they work at a more bipartisan?
Yeah, I love Boehner coming out with his book and talking about the insurrectionary thing. It's like, where were you before election? Shut up with your damn book.
His book. All the pages went from his tears. Did you even read the words?
All these Republicans coming out after the election. It's like, would you please just sit down and shut up and stop with the book? Mike Pence has a book deal. We'll read on that next.
Okay. Well, I won't make a Mike Pence homophobic joke, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm pretty sure it's just like Jared's is full of stitch witchery patterns. So there you go. So you know how to hem his skirts when he had the hunting lodge. I told y'all about that. Will they start to work together? The cards say yes, I say no. Because the reason I say no is because they never have. This is more of optimism. Like, there is a different energy that is there, but it's still the same people. Like, he may just be gone, but I mean, come on. You replaced John Boehner with Paul Ryan. You didn't elevate anything. You stayed with the same gross people. Mitch McConnell be replaced by Mitch McConnell Jr. There is a mindful of your surroundings, time of spiritual awakening, and now is the time to confront your stresses. What are you avoiding? So it's almost like, yes, the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Justice, balance, fairness, truth, honesty. All of this says yes, they will work together, but here's what I think. This might be working together on one thing, like literally one thing. And it might be has something to do with natural disaster aid. But that is it. There is no, let's fund this to make life better for no. One thing. And it's kind of that thing that you can't be seen not supporting, so you support it. But no, they're not going to work together. Mitch McConnell is not even the problem. It's the mindset of people like him.
Mm-hmm.
What you getting, Becca?
I get yes, but I'm with Johnie. I'll believe it when I see it. I got the anchor, the moon, and the clover. This is saying yes, but this is just for show and appearance. It's all marketing, and it's a show. It's for wins here.
Yeah, it's for something that they can promote at election time. It's like, can you imagine these guys coming into 2022? We didn't vote for your stimulus package. We didn't vote for we voted against everything. And they're
sure everything, all these bills that are highly popular, and it's no for the sake of no. They can't even give you a reason why. It's just no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I get a yes working together also, but I get it's on things they're committed to. So the lovers you have choice. So on the things that they choose to, they're going to throw a few crumbs our way, in other words, and work together. But basically, after Mitch retires, they've got a new leader to inspire them. And basically, I have that they're working across the aisle is in the past. That's pretty much over with. This new leader, he's a big talker. But I do get he'll make that appearance as if he is. It will be erratic on when they choose to work together in the government. That long sigh.
It just goes back to everything we were talking about tonight with Jenny saying about what happened in Wisconsin. It's like, this is to help your people, and you literally just cut off your nose to spite your face. And
you
now
will now have 770,000 starving people in Wisconsin, plus their children.
Yeah.
Okay, 770,000 plus their children.
Mind you, they're pro-life.
Oh yeah.
I want it here, but I don't want to take care of it.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Mike Pence got a book deal.
Oh, did he really? Is he rewriting the Bible? What is he?
King James the Third.
Doing one of those stupid my time in the White House things like everybody else do.
I almost got killed.
The fly on his head. Me and my friend.
Me and my friend almost got hung on the Capitol steps.
Yeah.
And I support it.
What's he going to talk about in his revisionist, historical revisionism?
Oh God!
He needs to put the fly in there, and the time his boss tried to kill him.
Yeah. Oh, mother, where art thou?
Yeah.
Trump's trying to kill my ass. Where are you, mother? Get me out of here.
No, she was going to get her boots sewed up because they look like the prairie type to where they wear the same shoes for 40 years because they won't buy no more. They'll just keep patching up the same ones. Okay. What is he going to talk about? The Oracle says his time in the White House, naturally, it's I like these. I'm starting to enjoy this a lot more. You ask a question, and the first card is death. What is he going to talk about? Death. So there is
almost died.
Death and the Emperor on top of that. So the man who cannot control himself, and the Death card. And then I get the 8 of Pentacles, and then the 5 of Cups. There is going to be a discussion about the time that the insurrectionists. I wondered. I am curious of what he's going to call it, because I don't think he'll blame Donald Trump. I think he'll blame the mindset of people who wanted change or something like that, like they wanted control or to take back their control, or he's going to try to spend it in some stupid way to where he doesn't offend anybody. And then he's going to talk about his new way of life, his new things that he's going to set forth and do. But yeah, that's prominent here. The chaos that happened at the Capitol. That's probably towards the end of the book to make sure you read all the rest of it first. Probably tell you about how he grew up in Schenectady or something and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I can't.
What are you getting, Becca?
I pulled a line of 5. I got bear and tree, then book. So there's the book we're asking about. Cross and crossroads. So it's going to be talking about, well, in the past, behind it, you're looking at financial growth, business growth, well, financial growth. But this book in itself, it's flanked by tree and cross. So tree is more about your spirituality, and this is more about dogmatic religion. So he may talk about his spirituality and his dogmatic religion. It may be a very dogmatically leaning holy book, a book that is holy. It may also talk about the sacrifices that he has made and the difficult decisions that he has had to make. So,
or maybe he'll talk about Trump holding that holy book upside down for a photo op.
This can be quite literally a holy book, a book that is very difficult, a book that is very dogmatic. Here, a holy book. So, and the sacrifices that he made. So, and by the way, sneak peek, it'll probably be very difficult to read and quite boring this way. So,
I told y'all there is actually a live stream on YouTube of actual paint drying. So you can take your pick. Mike Pence book, live stream paint drying. I'm going with the paints.
Johnny sent me the link to that one, and let me tell you, I sat there and watched it for about 10 minutes while I was texting with him and Becca. I was like, it literally is 8 hours of paint drying.
Paint drying.
So he's going to talk about how strong they were in this administration. Their challenge was to get their plans off the ground. Like they couldn't do anything. Well, if you're that strong, why couldn't you do something? You had the House and the Senate at one time. He's going to talk about how he felt, trapped in burden. Well, okay. Trapped maybe in the Capitol. But how balanced and fair the work was from his perspective. And then he's going to return to the stealing of the election. And he's going to talk about how surprised he was at the insurrection. And then he's going to talk about how when people started getting sick and he was trying to share things with them and he was watching everybody sick and suffering, how he was trying to get information out there. But it's all, the whole book is just a lie, one lie after another. Thank you, Laura.
Can I ask a question? Why is he writing a book? Because he wants to tell his tale? Because he needs money? Or is it just this is a good opportunity that presented to him? Like, why exactly is he wanting to write a book?
Wants to run for office again? Why is he?
Yeah, keep his name prominent.
Wants to get up Trump's butt some more? Why?
Lord. I have the worst thoughts in the world.
I just hope they put him with the fly on his head on the cover. Thank you, Mr. Bill. I'm from Brazil.
Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. It's kind of a mixture. He does need, well, not need money, but he needs money. And then the Ace of Pentacles there as well. It's so interesting, though, with the Ace of Pentacles. You have your opportunity, but it tells you immediately once you take it, you will start to have obstacles and things you have to climb over and so forth and so forth. Like, take the money, but now comes the hard part. I don't know why. Maybe it's a campaign because he's going to put a lot of work into personal finance. This is just like the beginning. Maybe he'll have a Mike Pence book and then a Mike Pence pillow and then a Mike Pence cologne and then a Mike Pence pants collection or whatever. He might try to revigorate J.C. Penney's or something. But
Mike Pence tractor supply.
But he's got some sort of personal finance that he is trying to work towards. There's a woman here, a very well-connected woman, who might be cutting him off, or might be, they have some sort of odd relationship to where he has to fulfill a certain bargain or fulfill a certain need. Kind of like, say if Rebecca Mercer was giving him money and she was saying, okay, you need to, make sure you say this on this podcast, because she's trying to drum up support and create misinformation. You need to make sure you go here and do that. Some woman here is attaching money to demands. So yeah, he's personal finance, and maybe he's going to run for president.
I've got kind of surprising things of why he's doing it. He's got heartbreak. Thank you, SO. He's got heartbreak here and betrayal, but he needs a job. That's his challenge. He needs a new job. He is burdened financially, and the fighting and this insurrection, he wants to, he feels like he's stuck like in that forever. Historically, like he will be linked to that forever. So he's trying to find a way to make people content with that. So he's returning to being the emissary for the king, that would be Trump, and the emissary for the Republican Party, and trying to move forward. This inspiration, he wants to try to bring some healing with the temperance there to all the court cases that are coming. So he wants to get his point of view out before everything blows up and everybody's in court, probably including himself.
You get that he's looking for access, but it's just all a lie. There's loyalty or friendships that are new. The results of something significant was a lie. So I'm wondering if this is around, like, perhaps trying to clear his name or something around the election, but it still ends here with Snake. So whatever he pushes is still a lie about the results, if that makes any sense. So
Thank you, Marie.
Okay, can I be super petty?
Yeah.
Like, not even a little bit, like super petty. Now, because everybody's comment in the chat, and it won't leave until I address it. What in the world was going through Kamala's head when she's sitting there looking at Mike Pence with that fly on his head? Like, because she's just, and she didn't say nothing. She didn't say, "Hey, do this." She just looking like, mm-hmm. I don't know where the answer is.
I'm speaking, Kamala.
flies on poop, man. Flies on poop.
Like, she just.
How did she keep a straight face is what I want to know.
It was like kind of to me.
I'd be like, dude, you got a dead fly on your head, because it hadn't moved in 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Oh, because that's where he just took his head out Trump's behind. So it was, it was attracted. So I guess
It's attracted to the smell.
Well, why would she just? What was going through her head? That's what I don't want to know. Oh.
She's probably sitting there thinking, "Yeah, I just won this debate. Hands down, flies down."
No, well, let me ask it this way. Looking at the fly, what was going through her mind?
We're going to get real petty here in a minute in a follow-up or in another question, too, while we're on petty boots. For those who are new to the channel, petty boots are what we put on when we ask real petty questions.
This is for the purposes of entertainment only. Don't bring your sensitivities. Just have a good time. She was wondering, in
I just got the bottom of the deck and I'm already laughing. Oh, thank you, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
She was wondering, don't you feel that? It's
I don't know if I can do this.
I get the chaos again. She wants to know, don't you feel like he has the power to do this with the magician card? You can get this fly off of your head. Are you like embarrassed that it's there? Are you what's happening? Because she couldn't take her eyes off of it either. Now, mind you, she's professional, so she can still do her debating, but you can't not see it because his hair is snow white and it's a black fly. It's like your Chardonnay's got a fly in it. She just wanted to know because she saw it, like again, the sun. She couldn't take her eyes off of it, but she figured, why is he not taking it off of his head? Maybe it belongs there. I don't know.
What'd you get, Becca?
So I got birds, fox, and storks. So thoughts here, because this has to do with communications. Something that was detected and that flew. The storks here is flying because it talks about leaving and returning.
Migrated to his head.
Was attracting pests and vermin. So basically she's sitting there looking at him like, look at you, you're attracting.
You're a shite head.
And even the flies know it.
You're attracting vermin. You're attracting pests.
Birds like trees, flies like prints.
As soon as I saw the sun at the bottom, which is my, it's illumination, yes, but it's my card for happiness and joy. Like, oh, my lucky day. Look, the fly is stealing the show. It's getting way too much attention here, but I'm okay with that. I'm content with that because, should I go over there and beat him over the head with something to kill the fly? Slam him over the head? That, is he crossing the river Styx? Did he die? And that's when the fly sitting on him. I'm not sure what to do here, but I got a lot of inspirations. It seems to be stuck. I really don't know. Like, should I go over and tell him and point it out to him that he's got it stuck?
And how long did that fly sit there for? Like 3 minutes on his head?
It was longer than that, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't have told him either, but it's like, boo-boo, you got a fly on your head.
Just
rolled up newspaper over there and just whack him in a minute.
Oh, Lord Jesus. That was just, that's all anybody was talking about after that debate. Nothing else about the debate, just the fly that sat on my pen.
What they said, but they know that fly was there.
Well, we got our petty boots on.
My eyes is burning. I can't see.
Well, you'd have to get Dex, Johnny, because what does Daddy Gaetz think of his son?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. I'm going to get the creatures out.
Our viewers want to know, what does Daddy Gaetz think of Matt? As Matt.
We have to do a Visine commercial after this, Lord Jesus. Okay.
That's your son that's going to inherit the family money. What you thinking, Dad?
Who'd you bailed out of jail already? What, once, twice? Whoever knows how many times, really. Just once we know of. She should have yelled raid.
If she had been smart the next time she had a meeting with Mike Pence, she should have taken a can of raid and just set it on the table.
For next time, buddy.
I got it just in case.
Oh, get you some what is it called? Beats or some off. Okay, what does he think?
Some netting, mosquito netting, a hazmat suit, something.
Okay. So we got murky waters. Self-reflection and introspection is needed. That's in the oracals right there. What's holding you back? He's got the manatee, so there's something you need to address. He also wants him. That's not what this card means, but I did need the meaning. I needed the picture. Apparently, that's why it told me he needs to find a way out of this. Maybe bury the past, maybe bury evidence, whatever the case may be. The Two of Pentacles is also a card of imbalance. Your life is now in the midst of chaos. Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. He's also ruining his money and his legacy, and his father apparently is very concerned with finances and the way people see you and things of that nature. It's nothing now, mind you. Again, it goes back to his job. He's not really concerned about his child's morality. The fact that your child is a pedo and all that, that doesn't pop up here. But it's like the politics and the bickering and the fighting, and he wants you to protect your assets, your money, your reputation, your this and that. There's no emotion here. There's no cups. There's no, oh, I'm so sad and disappointed. This is like, how could you get caught type of thing. Seven of Swords, you should have been smarter about the things you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nice father, and that's good, Lord Jesus.
Like, do you realize what you just did to our name? More so than, what you did was disgusting. You're tainting us now.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get, Becca?
Job, his employment is cut here. Okay. Accidents while drinking here. The kid is not going to grow up. There's growth and there's loss. I would say his father's disappointed, but like what Johnie said, this is central to the reading. This is money, business, prosperity, abundance, but it's also drinking. I'm going to read it as drinking because he's got the scythe here, which would be an accident. So the accident, drinking or something like that. He's not happy, and he knows his kid's not going to grow up. He's not smart. This is somebody that would be resilient, street smart. He's not. He's not smart. He's going to lose his job. He's going to lose everything, and he's not going to have a legacy here. There's a lot.
He doesn't have to work out his own problems. That's where you get your street smarts from.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he's partying too much, drinking and partying too much. He sees him as a strong bully, a victor, in regards to work, that he knows how to be aggressive and everything. But his challenge, is the courts and all the lovers. And he thinks the courts have secured enough details on this that he's in big trouble. So he's working secretly to try to come up with a plan to keep him like at home and out of jail. He's trying to do something sneaky, to try to help him. But he thinks he's very immature. And what my guides just gave me at the end was Matt's treatment of women comes from his dad, but there needs to be healing in that family of how they treat women and move feminine women to a higher ground. They both, his dad showing up here as King of Pentacles, they both seem to hold women down as, their playthings.
He's just the poster boy for affluenza.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, you want to know what affluenza does? Look at Matt Gaetz,
I thought this was an interesting question because we read on Biden all the time. How is Jill Biden doing?
Jill Biden, his wife?
Jill. Yeah. How is Jill doing? That's right, Ian. Kate said he is not going anywhere. That is correct. The DOJ will tell you where you're going. How is Jill Biden doing?
It starts with the strength and the chariot, so that is good. She is going at a good pace. She's got two strengths, actually. She has strength over her pace, strength over her determination, so she's just fine. She's also going to be doing actual first lady work, even though first lady is not necessarily a job. It's, you know, it's just a figurehead post, but she gets a lot done as first lady that most people can't because of her platform. So she's going to use it to actually accomplish a lot, and this may even be, oh, she still is doing that. This may even be military speaking. So she's going to be doing a lot with that. There's also some things with children, and I wonder if it's special needs or if it's like actual handicaps to where, like, you know, wheelchairs and things, wheelchair bound children and things of that nature. So there's something with children who they need a start. They need a hand up, a pull up, whatever you want to call it.
They need some kind of healing. I'm getting the same thing, like something with children, working with children that need healing of some kind.
I think the only thing, because she does have a tower here, the only thing she needs to focus on, or there's an area of her life she needs to focus on that is not pushing her own self past her capabilities, physically speaking. There is a reservoir of energy that she has because she's always enthusiastic about something or another. She is a teacher, so therefore, or a natural teacher, therefore you always want somebody to have something or to learn something or to gain something, but that drains you. And so she needs to make sure that self-care is also one of those things that she takes care of, because her personal strength is the thing that she needs to watch out for. That's what I get.
What you getting, Becca?
I'm getting, there's something here about, you know, obviously her residence here with the house and the results of something, perhaps this could be quite literal, tree, something about a tree or trees. I don't know. I don't have garden though, so I don't know if this is in regards to the trees that what's her face chopped
Pulled
off
out of the rose garden, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have garden, but I mean this could be quite literally looking into something here about a tree. It could also be something that is health related, and she may be looking at employment opportunities here. This is job. This is opportunities. So I'm getting something about health and possibly a tree because it's right here. Also family health opportunities, family growth opportunities, or a tree that was around the house and opportunities there. So, but she looks like she's doing well.
She does look like she's doing well. She's got like a new opportunity that's getting ready to come up. She's a little bit stuck right now by the boss, who would be Joe. But she's got a new opportunity that she's going to tackle. She's going to take it on head on. There's something at the White House that was stolen that she's looking into. It's kind of interesting. Like there's a little investigation going on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So stolen in the White House. Mm-hmm. I get the same thing Johnie did about like helping something, you know, with children that need healing. And then I've got something else. It's like with charities. There's something that she's not happy about with charities. So she's like a little bit disgusted with something that's going on and taking on the fight and the burden. It's like she doesn't know where she's going with it yet. So I'm not getting a real clear reading, but there's a change she wants to bring on it. And she's trying to figure out, I feel like she's going to talk about it pretty soon, but she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with it. It's something charity related. It might even be like the Veterans Association or something connected to the government.
Yeah.
I don't quite think of that as charity, but it's sort of, like
There were a couple, though, I don't know the names of them, that were zeroed out when Trump got in, though, that were supposed to help like military families or something of that nature. I forget exactly what it was. I'd have to find it again. But
yeah, like the survivors and the.
Oh yeah, Johnny, you're right. And then it just disappeared.
mm-hmm.
It just disappeared. All the money that was supposed to be going to the families of military survivors and stuff, and also the money for the what was it? The people from 9/11, all the police officers.
Yeah, there still was doing that. It's crazy.
So Queen Elizabeth's in mourning. Philip passed away. Harry's on his way to the UK for the funeral. Where will there be healing between Harry and William? Harry kind of alluded to in the Oprah interview that there was space between them more than just physical right now. Will there be healing at the funeral between Harry and William, his brother?
And then William said, no, everything's fine. Like, stop trying to protect image and work on your family.
Yeah.
All of them. All of them need to do that. For just a moment, don't be kings and queens and princesses and things. Just be family. Will there be some peace? Not right now. There is potential though, but I get the Four of Swords as the first thing. It's like we'll come together for this one in particular thing because it's kind of a duty to do so, and we'll go back to our separate corners after that because this apparently is running deeper than just this. There is a emotion with the Queen of Swords. This is the actual queen. There might be, and I ain't speaking ill on anyone, but she might go downhill emotionally speaking. Let me say it that way. Thus, this might elicit an emotion out of the boys. And so that part may draw them in. There is a ceremony of a religious nature, so that might be the funeral. That one, there will be a conversation. There will be probably a series of conversations. It's just they're not productive as they could be. And I think each goes back to their isolated corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get.
What you getting, Becca?
Johnny just read my cards. I get isolation. I get that there's isolation. Improvement is at a distance. Also isolation and then change, but it's still distant. This is isolation. This is distant. So it's almost like if there's improvement, it's way down the road. Way down the road. So.
Yeah, I've got the tower on the bottom. The fracture has already happened. I got, they kind of, everybody turned their backs on each other, but I do get that they're cordial at the funeral, that there's, extending a hand of friendship, so to speak. The challenge is, making plans in the future because they're across the water. But there's something about the work with the Queen that comes up. So it's almost like they ask Harry to do something for the Queen. And that kind of brings people together a little bit more. But it's something charity related. So I feel like it's something that Philip might have been involved in with a charity. I know he did a lot of charity work too. But it's like a speaking engagement that I feel like they asked Harry to speak at. So maybe it's something in the US or Canada or something, and it's easier for him to get there. But I get, there's a little bit of a immaturity and emotional imbalance. They all know where the truth is, and they all know where the power is. It's a little bit of a power play, like who can be stronger. So they're all a little bit defensive, and it's just going to take time to work out.
Yeah.
Well, didn't his dad cut him off too? Even his dad just cut him off, like
quit taking his phone calls and stuff. And it's like
cut him off financially, everything. So, and I didn't watch the interview, but I did read that in the interview he was saying that his mom, they're living off of what his mom left, because maybe he had foresight about, hey, this is how these people are,
Yeah, like you might need this money in the future.
Yeah.
Did Mueller have any secret reports that he's giving to Garland that he hid from Barr? That he or his people are giving to Garland?
Okay, let's see. Heard something here. It's not there. Yes and no. There's the secret, and then there's your giving with the Six of Pentacles. But it's not, they're incomplete reports. So I guess yes is the answer, but it's not devious. I don't think he was hiding it per se. I think Barr's main attraction was the Mueller report, not necessarily all these other, because mind you, Mueller is very meticulous. So he had a bunch of other stuff that was compounded, that he built upon or was building upon when he was shut down. And there is stuff that is given to the smaller courts or the smaller whoever. It's also given to the DA. So yeah, there is some offer, but it's not complete. So I wonder if he can complete it. Probably not, because I think he's retired or something like that, or at least let the man go sit down somewhere. Somebody else. But I think what he's handing him is incomplete, but it's enough for somebody else to pick up and carry on.
As a way of showing him, here's where I was at, here's where I was going. I get the same thing. Like he was just biding his time waiting. The challenge was when he could deliver it, because he got cut off by the Republicans. Thank you, Kate. He got cut off by the Republicans and the administration so quickly and had to wrap it up. And I get it'll also probably end up going to Nancy and Kamala for some reason. Like there's something he's been holding very close to his chest that he's ready to share. And I get a woman, which could be like Ivanka or something, and a businessman that this could impact. I'm hearing part eight of the Mueller report. We know there were 6 parts from the committee that was talking about they were reviewing part 5 and 6. I'm hearing like 8 parts. There's corruption in the government that he was blocking from seeing the rest of this. But he's dissatisfied with the work. Like he didn't get it finished. It was cut off. It was ended. Same thing you got, Johnie.
I get that. Yes, it could be an abundance of interviews that he had where people may have just spoken very generously and said a lot here, and a lot of interviews here where people were saying stuff that they were passionate about. They were being generous when they were speaking. So I think it has to do with phone calls or interviews that they had. Which, did they ever Did they ever release the complete unredacted report?
No, we've only seen part 1 and 2, which is about 400 pages. And I don't know if y'all remember when I did the channeling with Marjorie Merriweather Post, she said the full Mueller report was closer to 2,000 pages, that it was huge, and that there's much more that we don't know yet. And then we found out just last summer that the Senate Investigation Committee had seen parts 5 and 6. I'm like, okay, well, where's parts 3 and 4? What's in that? They had 5 and 6, and God knows how many parts there are. So we've only seen 400 pages, and that's with redactions.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not complete.
Here's a good one. Trump still has his own, presidential stationery, right? Is he thinking about doing some backdated pardons? Is he thinking about giving some backdated pardons on his presidential stationery? Be very easy.
The thing with no power.
He would be that stupid. Like,
He would be that stupid. Date it, sign it.
oh my God.
Yeah, I did that January 7th in all my free time.
Well, he's bound by the fact that he is not in charge, but there is someone that he would like to pardon. This is, let me see. This is a person who is, this might be, well, I won't assume, but right now it's a person who is heavily in the media, as you can see with the Sun and the 5 of Pentacles. Somebody is also trying to push this person out of something. He's known them for some time. This might be even a Giuliani or somebody like that. So he's known them for at least a good 4 years or so. In a different kind of capacity. But yeah, he would love to. He just can't. Because there's Biden and he's bound by Biden. That's your job.
What are you getting, Becca?
I don't know, Jenny. Go ahead, because this makes no sense to me.
I'm getting it. It's not because of Biden. It's because of money, because he wants people to pay for those pardons. So yeah, he's waiting on the money. He wants to sit pretty financially. He would do it the way he's always done it, which is to sell them. I'm the businessman. Make me an offer. If your offer is good, I'll give you a pardon. So he hangs on to that stationery, waiting on the money. And if they don't give the money, they're out in the cold. If they give him the money, if he secures the money, he gives them the pardon. Does it in secret.
See, I guess
strategies all around the money for him.
I got the finances too. There's the finance. What's throwing me off is this.
Is that a woman?
Uh-huh. So a financial woman, and then there's negotiations or interviews here. And then journey here to a rally or some sort of large social event that is new or small. If you buy a backdated pardon from that man, you should be losing your money. Because you're stupid. At that point, you're just dumb.
And there's a spaceship in my kitchen I'd like to sell you too.
Yeah.
In the shape of a salt shaker.
You'd be stupid enough to do it. It's like, and I could see people like Matt Gaetz being stupid enough to buy one.
Are you?
You just bought a piece of paper for $10,000. That's all you did.
It's like, wait, what else came out on you this week? Let's add that in. Let me keep updating and upgrading the pardon for you.
Oh my God. I'm wondering when he's gonna what is he gonna do when he runs out of that letterhead?
Let's ask.
Is Kinko still a thing?
What's that, Johnny?
Is Kinko still a thing?
I don't know, but Staples is.
It's embossed. with the presidential seal, though. Not
What is Don-
just anybody can do that presidential seal.
What is Donald Trump going to do when he runs out of presidential paper?
Thank you, Linda. Get some more. 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the Strength. He still needs to be elevated. Mind you, his letterhead is about image. He was once the president of the United States. He thinks he's top of the hill, so he needs to continue that. So he tells somebody, "Hey, make sure you go out and get me some more." What a maroon!
I get that cuts him off from talking too. Running out of letterhead, because I got the moon here. This is his recognition, his success, his honors, what he says. His communication. Well, guess what? The little birds, he got kicked off of that platform, off of Twitter. So this is how he communicates now, is on presidential letterhead. Well, when he runs out of that, he gets cut off from talking. So nobody give him any.
Just use construction paper. It'll go with your crayons.
He's so funny. Like, he would try to manipulate something to get more is what I'm getting. Like, here, I'm out in the cold, and I'm out in the cold from America. I can't, talk to America anymore. Same thing. This is a source of power, and this is a source of image. And he feels all out of balance. Like, get me some more paper. I can't do anything. I got to spew some more lies. Somebody go out there and get me. I'm not done yet. I got unfinished work.
Oh God, this guy.
Johnny, what was your funny question for tonight?
So somebody put in the comments of the community post. Also, just public service announcement. If you would like to leave us questions for the Sunday live streams, we usually have a community post on all 3 channels, and you can leave the questions there. We don't actually take questions from the chat because we have them written down beforehand, and we just go off the list. So this one was written down in the comments. It says, if Donald Trump were an animal, which one would he be? And then I giggled because the first thing that popped in my mind was skunk, but skunks are not bad creatures. They just want you to stay away from them.
They're cute too. Skunks are cute. So let's see.
I think he'd be more like a sloth because he's so lazy and slow moving, and he's not agile, and he's bulky and just wants to hang on a tree or hang on a golf cart. I see him as a sloth.
So what kind of
he's lazy.
Well, that's what we're doing, Jan. So close your ears and close your eyes. Thank you, Roland.
Oh, you're going to Sedona. See you there.
The platypus.
Coming up. Platypus.
Let's see.
He'd probably try to be like Diego the turtle that has all the offspring.
He ain't got that much energy. Oh. Okay. I'm not saying that.
He's not like, a lion that takes care of his pride,
No.
He's not going to take care of anybody but himself. And
take this, all of the animal enthusiasts in the chat. Take this as entertainment. If you take it, take it however you want to. I don't care. Something blind that spread disease. Something blind that would spread disease. So he would either be a bat, as we are having the issue with the bats, or he would be some sort of insect that lives for a day, or some sort of insect that has no face. So like a worm, or I think worms kind of have faces, but you don't look at it and see face. So it's something blind that spreads disease. Bacteria. There you go. I like that. He would be a bacteria. He would be a germ, an actual germ. They are living creatures. So he would be a germ.
What are you getting, Becca?
A female fuzzy thing that would get trapped. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I'm getting something that flies through the air that talks. So like one of those birds, like a macaw or something that can talk or chatter a lot. Like yak, 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 yak. And something that has a lot of plumage for show. Something where they kind of work in a community or a flock or something is what I'm getting. So I can go in, I can be all showy, like a peacock or whatever, but it's chattery. And something where he can be as corrupt and
the fly on Mance's head.
Yeah, the dung the fly sits on.
Something that spreads disease that is a little furry.
A dung beetle.
Yeah.
He'd be a dung beetle.
He would be a little bit confused and stuff too. So he might be kind of a nervous type bird.
I like birds.
I'm going with fly.
You're gonna go with a fly?
Wants attention, they zip around. I'm like, get away from me. What is wrong with you?
That's all.
Or what is it? Adrian calls them crotch crickets.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys, thank you so much for all the super chats tonight and all the birthday wishes. We will be on Becca's channel next Sunday, same time, and we will post for questions again on our community tab. So join us on community tabs on like Saturday, Sunday morning, and put your questions in for us. And then Tuesday night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, we will do the Jen Lynn 60th birthday bash with some guests coming in. So that'll be probably for a couple hours or something like that. And we'll be covering everything, either 1960, since I was born in 61, or Aries, or things, how have they progressed since the 60s to now. It'll be a little different reads.
Yay.
So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And thank you, moderators. We will see you guys Tuesday night.